And I hated poverty right from the very beginning because of the things that I could see in the home. And as a small boy, my mind was beginning to think how I could eradicate that poverty, not only for myself, but also for the people around me. Some of the ways of assessing poverty those days were just couldn't be able to wear a shoe, on and off school because of school fees. And so in class 2, in 1972, I decided to plant one cabbage because I would eradicate poverty by becoming an entrepreneur, watering the cabbage and manuring it every day. And I sold it in Karatina Market on 28th of August 1972 for 75 cents. And 75 cents in 1972, I was able to feed our family with all the food that I was desiring, like meat, which was very rare. And the money was actually not over yet. So I was able to buy my mother a nylon dress, and I began to feel like a man, and I began to see like it is possible to eradicate poverty. And I went on, and that gave me a great motivation. Long story short, the Lord enabled me to become a high school teacher at Karema Girls High School in Nyandarua, which is my country, my county. And when I became a high school teacher, my mind was still thinking of how do you eradicate poverty? How do you make life better for other people? Personally, I was beginning to be excited that at least I'm having a salary, that my life is becoming better. But what about other people? And while praying and thinking through that, the Lord gave me a vision to start a ministry called Glory Outreach Assembly, or GOA, when I was still teaching at Karema Girls High School. This was in April 1991. Quick mathematics tells you that we will be celebrating 35th anniversary in April next year since the start of this ministry. What I wanted to see people who would want to go to church, easily access the church. And I did not only want to see a church, but I wanted to see a movement or an institution which would holistically change the lives of the people. And one of the things that touched my heart very much from Karema Girls, those days in 1991, the only bank that was working was in Naivasha. And those of you who remember those days, banks opened at 9 and they closed at 11. And there was no tarmac. Most of the time you would not get there. Every time I went to the bank, the street children began to ask me for food. Saidia. And I thought the church should become the center of hope. So I began to mobilize the church. Some people would bring food and others would cook it, and we would feed the children. And one day when I was preaching the gospel in Karatina Market, never thinking about taking a child to home or anything, many people came to Christ, but one boy called Boniface, holding his guru, said, I want to go with you to that place you have been describing. I was preaching the foundation of the gospel, which is John 3:16, about love. And he said, I want to go to that place where there is that love. And I tried to reason with him. I eventually took him with me, and he became the first orphan that I took home. My wife Joyce is right there, and she was surprised that we came right there, that I brought home an orphan, and but that one single child changed our thinking. Today, we have cared for over 1,000 orphans through our 8 children's homes. And most of you businessmen and women, if you happen to know a little bit of Nyandarua, just near Karema Girls there is Tumaini Children's Home. That's one of the homes where we took that child. We have been able to build schools, primary, high school, and to care for orphans right there. If you know Nyahururu, Maironya, Moiga, and Joska right here, in my Mahio, we responded to the HIV positive situation of the children. Well, those days are the days when HIV was, for every 4 people, 10 people, you could find 4 were positive. So we built that home called Beat the Drum in Mai Mahiu, specifically to take care of HIV positive children. We have been able to take through children and their CD4 count has improved tremendously. Some have gone out of the place and raised their own families, and we are very delighted. So compassion is one of the areas that we focus on. We also take the gospel to the unleashed people group like Rodua, Thagana. And when we went to Rodua for the first time in October 2004, we asked the people, how can we help you build your community? And the people said, we would like you to take our children to Kenya and give them education. We said, but you're also in Kenya. They did not believe that they were in Kenya themselves. So we actually started the first school in a village called Akatman. For the first time in October 2004, they had never been to school. And now today, they have produced one of the doctors in that village where there was no hope. The parents began to be jealous of their own children. And they started saying, our children are coming home speaking English. Why can't you teach us also how to read so that we can read the Bible and help you spread the gospel? So we started adult literacy, and it has been very exciting to see adults doing the exams with their sons and daughters and sitting in the same classroom. Adult literacy, basic education for the primary school in the unreached areas. So we realized that leadership is a big gap in this country. And we decided that we were going to focus in training and developing leaders. So we started developing and training leaders, and we have been able to go around training the leaders in different places and discipling them. So Glory Outreach Assembly, or GOA, focuses on the compassion, focuses on discipling and taking the gospel to the people in the marginalized areas. Sometimes when we go there, we have to address their felt needs first, build bridges before we can give them the gospel. Sometimes we find water is a big problem. One day I witnessed a conflict around a water well in Marsabit because one man wanted to feed the camel and another mother wanted to feed their child. And it became confrontational until the mother had actually to stab the man with a knife because they were simply fighting over whether to feed the camel with the water or whether to feed the child. And we said, one way of solving this conflict, it is simply drilling a borehole. And therefore, we partner with people in drilling the boreholes in these areas, and then people come around those areas and we help them begin school. In Lodwar, one village called Naboropus, when we drilled a borehole in a place where there was nobody living there, the only reason that we drilled is because the elder in the village told us that he will give us 10 acres. We were driven by the 10 acres gift, but there was nobody living there. We drilled the borehole. Within 3 months, the whole village, people had moved. Pastoralists had come to the area. So we started the school under the tree. And then when we started the school under the tree, then the next thing is we started a church under the same tree. And the county government of Thagana that time, the member of parliament there was John Nakara Rodepe. He came to me and said, can we partner together? And it became a sweet partnership between the county government where we build one classroom, they build the other. We pay one teacher, they pay the other teacher. And it became a sweet, nice partnership between the county and those are, today as we speak, it's a full school. It's a full school. There's a church, there is water, we are teaching them even how to do a bit of farming right there. So that is what we have been doing as Glory Outreach Assembly. And it has reached a point, as we celebrate 35 years, I am beginning to ask myself, what happens to the people who have a lot of experience and they go home and retire, and all that experience goes sometimes to waste? Then I look on the other side, so many young people in this country, sometimes I see them in the streets, because they are not happy because of this and that. And I ask myself, how can we merge the potential in the young people with all the digital knowledge that they have, with no experience, with the experience of those who are retiring home? And therefore, I am appealing and calling everyone who is thinking of retiring to change your thinking from retiring and begin to think of changing the tires from what you have been doing all along, and to begin mentoring someone and sharing that experience with them. So we have started Munyiri Africa Foundation. Munyiri Africa Foundation will be a mentorship, matching the people with the needs and mentors and mentees. We are doing small enterprises, and that's why I'm excited to be speaking to business people and entrepreneurs, because you can support an entrepreneur. We are looking for an opportunity. Thank you very much. We are looking for an opportunity to partner with you, and I'm here today to give you that opportunity. Talk to us about how you could partner with us. Those of you who have businesses and work going on in Nyandarua County, you can mark 10th of January when we'll be in Donyonjeru speaking about how we can build this country. And those of you who have children in Karimagaos, or you went to that place, or you married there, on 11th of January, we will be there launching an educational scholarship for those girls who cannot be able to complete their education. And we invite you, talk to us. We are on this table right here. Monica right there is one of the girls we have brought up in our children's home, graduate of Desta University, and now leading Munyiri Africa Foundation. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.